Hey, it's Kristen Shaw with Show and Tell at AAE Nashville, and I'm here today with Ross from Corgan.
Yes, hi. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
We've spoken on the phone many times, but it's good to put a face to a name.
I know, isn't it more fun when you get to see people in person?
Definitely.
All right, let's start with what is Corgan? What do you do?
Corgan is an architecture and interior design firm, and we've been around since 86 years and doing aviation for close to 70 plus years.
Wow.
So it's a large 1,000-person firm with no in-house engineering. So we're in the top tier of architecture-only type firms. And we happen to have 6 market sectors, aviation being one of those, but also commercial, data centers, healthcare, education, and commercial interiors.
Airports are a unique breed.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the trends that you're seeing as relates to your business in the airport industry?
What I think is very interesting right now in our industry is this push for innovation. And it's not only on the design team, it's really the owners are looking at it too. And when I say innovation, that happens with design, construction, everyone's having to think outside the box. And there's a lot of focus on passenger experience as well as just the bottom line dollar and how we can deliver something faster with less interruption to operations or anything like that. And I'll use an example. Recently, just last week in Atlanta for our de-widening project, we placed our first modular move building in place. So it is it's a large program where we're widening an existing concourse from 60 feet to 100 feet. And we're doing it by building these modules, so we only have to take down a certain number of gates at a time. And we placed the first module on Tuesday.
Has it ever been done that way before? Or is this
Not
a new technique?
Well, while there have been other modular builds, this one's a little different in that it's the active gate areas. In other words, DFW is another example where we were involved in the interior fit out for those, but that was also kind of a closed site. They tore down the existing building that was there for the Seagate extension.
Okay.
And then they came in with modular builds later. And the move in was very seamless, and then we helped do the interior architecture for that. We worked with the core and shell team. This one's different because they're literally just closing down certain gates, putting a module in, getting it to a rough finish out where they can open the gates back up. So it limits the impact to Delta, who's the airline doing most of that concourse.
Right, and that's the key, right? You're trying to minimize disruption for the customers and for the staff, and so they can keep going.
That's right. You know, there's a lot of other innovations, whether it's how you deal with concessions, how you work through the security checkpoint operations. There's always emerging technologies, which we call disruptors in our industry. And how do you deal with those disruptors? And how does that change the paradigm? Have we designed enough space in the airport to handle these new technologies? So flexibility is key.
Right. And I'm picturing, Atlanta, such a big airport.
That's right.
Complex operations. DFW too, because of that
horseshoe
semicircle shape, right?
That's right. It's been very interesting. They've kind of gone away with the horseshoe in their next project at DFW, so we'll see how that one goes. It's more of a satellite concourse for better.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I travel through there pretty frequently myself.
So do I, yeah. Nashville's really interesting because they've really elevated their passenger experience here, and we were happy to be a part of that project. You've interviewed me a couple of times for those projects, and it's just great to see how much they're continuing to grow. And I think the industry is starting to see a little bit of a cool down with some of the passenger traffic. I think forecasts are starting to right size themselves because of leisure travel kind of starting to slow down a little bit.
That's interesting, yeah, because it's really spiked in the last couple of years since COVID, right?
That's right, which kept us all very busy on a lot of projects across the country.
I'm sure.
Firms like Corgan, we're expanding. We're seeing the need in aviation, and we're wanting to cover those markets. We just opened up a Seattle office, knowing that the Pacific Northwest has a lot of traffic in it. Of course, we're involved in Chicago at the O'Hare program and project, as well as in New York, Dallas, Atlanta, LA, and Phoenix are a lot of our U.S. markets, as well as Houston. and we're hoping to really grow in Austin as well.
There's plenty of competition in the market.
There is, yeah.
So why Corgan?
So a lot of architectural and engineering firms can do technically the same things. It's all about how you approach the projects. Corgan has a very unique approach in that we're very airline and airport modeled. In other words, we're operational based designers that still focus on the human experience. So a lot of these competitors don't have that operational approach to design. It's more about just the form and function of the building, less about how airports and airlines coexist with all these other people like the concession programs, the Customs and Border Protection, TSA. There's so many stakeholders. We just understand how everyone operates. And I think that is a true differentiator.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your time.
See you soon.
Yeah, all right.